I'm not the guru. I'm just telling you what I did, okay? So what the heck is going off here? There's so many notifications going on right now. Hey guys, what's up? I'm excited. Let me tell you why. I'm excited because I want to provide something valuable to you, not only physically, but also financially. Today, what we're going to talk about are 5 ways that I was able to boost my credit score in a matter of months. I would probably comfortably say a year, I boosted it 100 points. Okay, so that may not be a lot to some of you, but it may be a lot to some of you. So what I want to do is go over what you can do on your own without having to pay anybody, but how you can generate a better financial portfolio. Okay guys, I'm going to go over what makes up your credit score. Your FICO credit score is comprised of a few different elements. Your payment history. Do you pay things on time? Are you late? Are you tardy for the party? And in what amounts do you pay things off? So that amounts to the largest amount of your credit. So if you want to boost your credit, the fastest way to get there is to pay your bills on time. Okay. The next thing is your credit utilization. So the amount of what you're borrowing in relation to what you're allowed to borrow. So that's what you're spending up against what you can spend, okay? Now a healthy number is anything under 30%, but I highly recommend you try only using about 15-20% of what you're allowed to borrow, because it reflects positively on you, your pocket, and then your ability to repay. Okay, credit utilization is 30% of your score. Yeah. Also, the next thing is your credit history length. So the amount of time that you have been borrowing money from a bank. The longer your credit history, the more information that these companies can generate and see how reliable you are with paying things off or timely. So it's very, very important. That in itself is worth 15%. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the credit mix. So the combination of different ways or different things that you borrowed. So whether it's you took out a student loan, you have a mortgage, a home mortgage, a car note, so you're paying each month for that, credit cards to some business. All of those provide a nice mix of credit. This is worth 10% of your credit score. So having a good mix, do not just have one or maybe two. It actually looks good if you have an array, just not too many. The last thing is, if you are the one who jumps on and says, I want to save 10% off of my outfits, because you know I gotta be cute. I gotta be cute for the gram. So I save it 10%. Yeah, when you apply and you keep applying and these hard credit checks, hard inquiries, it's only just going to continue to lower your credit score, because you're doing all of these, especially in a short amount of time. Stores that would say, hey, you can save 20% today if you open up a credit card. Do not open up a credit card with these people. Do not open up. They're not paying your bills. What you want to do is do not open up a credit card with them. Do not open up a credit card with them. I became an authorized user on someone that I trust's account, but I never used the card, had no need. This right here, I will say, is important for you to choose wisely, and it's important for the person that you chose to accept wisely. This is what I'm talking about. If you trust someone, or you have a close relative or friend, you can become an authorized user on their credit card. So make sure this person has good credit now, okay? I'm just saying. Make sure they have good credit and then become an authorized user on their account. So what that means is they would add you as a card holder, and they don't even have to really give you the card. But if, they want to give you some flexibility, hey, to each his own. But I actually became an authorized user of someone, but never used the card. It reflected positively on my status and then my ability to pay, because this person paid on time, they never made a late payment, they had a great credit score, and it became reflective of me. So, if you trust someone, I highly recommend you establish that agreement. But just be wise. Do not become an authorized user on somebody's account, and you're not gonna pay if you choose to use the card. I became diligent about paying off my bills on time. Okay? Never was late. And the ones that I could completely pay off, I paid them off. But I did not close the account because I still want that credit history length. A good way to separate your actual debt from your credit limit is to, if you feel confident enough to do so, you can submit an application and apply for an increased credit limit. I'm telling you, it sounds crazy, but it works. So in doing so, you're going to raise your credit limit, or at least apply to, and God willing, you get a better credit limit. But the key for this to work is that you do not spend any more money on that credit card. Let's say you've used $100, right? And your maximum was $500. So you have $400 to play with. You're still kind of at a good range, but let's say you want it to be better. Okay, you want to get as many points in a positive direction as possible. So apply to boost your credit limit with the company, and then instead of having a $500 maximum, you're having a $1,000 maximum. But you're not going to keep charging on this card, or this will not work. You're not going to keep charging on this card, or this will not work. So step one, what I did, I applied, and temporarily, it's a ding on your credit, whatever, but it makes up for it by the time you boost your credit limit maximum and you leave the amount that you owe. Don't pay any more money. Only thing you're gonna do is pay towards it, okay? This trick I had to find out. It wasn't as easy for me to find out, but if you can, you have your student loans, and you're making your monthly payment on your student loan. Now, in doing your student loan payment, there's a portion being applied to the principal, and there's a portion being applied to your interest. Most of what you're paying over time is interest. That's why it takes you way longer than you need to pay off your student loan. Same with your mortgage, Mortgage would be like double the amount of what the actual value of the initial mortgage was. So in this case, your student loan, what if you want to make principal only payments, which is the amount of what you borrowed in the first place, not all of this interest that's building up and accruing over time. What you want to do is pay your minimum. And once you pay that minimum that's due for the month, anything in excess of it you can allocate towards principal only. So, follow me. If you make a payment towards principal only, it is reducing the amount of interest that you owe, which over time reduces the amount of money out of your pocket. You end up spending less money over time, aka you're paying off your loan faster. So that is key. Next thing you want to do is set a budget. Okay, when I say set a budget, I'm talking about write a list of everything that is coming in and go with what is consistent. I would say everything that is coming in, and then at that point you want to allocate each individual subgroup based on those things you know you're going to spend every month. Okay, so take off all of those expenses and then see what you want your grocery bill, and don't go over what, you know, that grocery amount. Say, okay, well, this is my student loan payment, and then allocate that. If it's the same amount every month, put that down. Anything in excess, hey, that's just gravy on top. Miscellaneous things, if you go to the movies, if you go out to dinner, you know, those things that you have a little bit more flexibility with. And then just generate all of those and then stay within the budget. This is what's going to allow you to have money to put on top of your mortgage, money to put it on top of your student loan towards the principal. Next thing you should do is pay off your credit cards, but don't close the account. Don't close the account. Why? It's because when you're looking at your FICO score will be dependent also on the length of your account history. So if you're starting with a very short credit history window, then you also don't get rated very high. That in itself is how I was able to generate the positive points back onto my credit score. That in itself is what put me in position to secure this home that I'm in now. I am now a first-time home buyer, and I would not have gotten here if I did not have a healthy credit score. I will show you where my credit has, of course, it went down a little bit when I was house shopping. So of course they have to pull your credit. It goes down a little bit, but it, you know, went right back up. So I am in a healthy place for the credit score, and I'm, you know, trying to maintain being timely, trying to reduce debt. You know, ownership is great. So once you pay off and you actually have a title, that looks also great. Let me know if any of it works for you. And in addition to that, there are some things that even if you're making those positive steps and you have derogatory marks that need to be, you need to file a paper and send off, then what I would do is just dispute any of those things that are not even yours or that were wrongly charged on your credit. Today, I hope you learned something. Again, I'm not the credit guru. I'm just showing what I did to boost my credit. So, hope you enjoy. Let me know. Please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little bell for the notifications so that you get updates on when I'm posting next. And I'll see you next time.